when I heard that I cannot get anything from what I owed, and then like, why not? The first thing I came up with, why not? I paid my tax. I paid same rates as Australian people paid, and I did nothing illegal. But why am I not getting anything from what I deserve?
If you've been sticking with us this week on Dirty Linen, you'll know that we've been following the story of Red Spice Road, a restaurant that closed in Melbourne in May 2020 and announced its reopening in January 2021. We're speaking to different people who've been impacted by this decision, and today I'm really very grateful and thrilled to have someone who knows the situation intimately. Her name is Sungeun Mo, and she was the head chef at Red Spice Road. Mo, welcome to Dirty Linen.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. I'd love to learn a little bit more about you. Just, tell the audience where you're from and what brought you to Australia and then to Red Spice Road.
Yeah, I'm originally from Korea, South Korea, and I worked there as a chef in Korea for 8 years before I came to Australia. And I came to Australia in 2016, mid-February, so with my working holiday visa, because I just wanted to have a different experience before, and then maybe working holiday visa will be great to have working in overseas as a chef. It would be I think amazing. So that's the reason that I came here.
And so a working holiday visa, initially it allows you to work here for 1 year, and then to get another year on the visa you need to do some work in the regions. What happened with you, with your visa? Where did you work and what happened with the visa?
Yes, so I came here 2016, 16th of February 2016 with my working holiday visa. And then I found the Red Spice Road on Gumtree website. I was very fortunate. So I dropped my CV on myself, and I got a job at the Red Spice Road on 24th of February 2016.
Oh wow, really quick.
Yeah, I know. And then I offered as a full-timer straight away, and I wanted to. So I started working as a full-timer and as a chef de party. I had to taking care of the Lara section because the two of the people in work as a Lara in charge had to leave in a month, so I had to taking care of it. And that time it was, I think, middle of June. Beginning of June of 2016, I got an offer from the Red Spice Road as a sponsorship visa. So the Red Spice Road was my first and only place that I worked in Melbourne.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I worked there for a bit over 4 years.
Okay. So when you're sponsored by an employer, that means that your visa is attached to that business.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. What were your aspirations? Did you feel there's also a pathway when you're sponsored, there's a pathway towards permanent residency if the business wants to keep you and if you want to stay in Australia. Mm-hmm. Is that the track that you were on? Yeah,
obviously. I had a little bit struggle with my English test, but after I got the sponsorship visa, and I was able to apply for my permanent residency. So I did it on 2019, I think. Yeah.
Okay, and that's quite an investment, isn't it? How much do you think you spent on your application for permanent residency?
That time, 2019, when I applied, was I had my partner, so we had to both apply together. So maybe around 12 grand, as far as I remember. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite an investment. And if all had gone well, when do you think you would have been able to secure that permanent residency?
We were hoping that we will get it this year at some point, but as you know, we all got terminated. So we had to draw the visa, which was permanent residency. And we had to reapply again, which costs in total like 20 grand again.
Oh my goodness.
I was very surprised that I had that money.
I'm surprised too. You must be good at saving.
Oh, all gone.
Yeah, it's all gone now. So we'll talk more about that in a minute, but let's talk about what it was like working at Red Spice Road. I came and ate your food there when you just moved to the new business on Queen Street late in 2019. Yep. I was really awed by the scale of the place, how busy it was, and speaking to you as part of the research for my review that I wrote, you really, I guess, impressed me with what you managed to pull together as a chef.
Oh, thank you for that. But I was very actually grateful and very excited to working over there because, as you know, it's very massive venue. And then also in the lunchtime, you have to serve the food in a very fast pace because of all the office people coming around. So sometimes they have to in and out in an hour. So you have to serve the food like at least 2-course or sometimes 3-course meal in an hour, like 7 or 8 dishes. So it's very fast paced. But,
wow.
Yeah. And but we were very loved to working there, and we were very proud ourselves. Ended up sometimes we did on a Friday over 300 people for lunch and over 400 people for dinner in the same day, in total 700 people. And then end of the night, we were very proud of ourselves that we did it without any hiccup. Yeah.
Yeah, it is amazing. It felt like a very well-oiled machine. And I think, one thing about what you brought to the venue, Red Spice Road has a 12-year history, but I think you really expanded the menu and brought in quite a lot of new dishes, didn't you?
I tried to do it because of, before the head chef or the people menus most of them were focused on Thai cuisine and then Vietnamese. Sometimes a little bit of a hint of Japanese, but it wasn't that much. But I can tell that all the workers, employed, were all over the world. So I originally came from Korea. Some of them were mainland China. Some of them were Thailand. Some of them were Italy, French, German, or Canada, UK, everywhere. So I wanted to brought up everyone's cuisines all together as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then everyone really helped me to do that thing.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting because it sort of goes to the team spirit that I could feel when I visited there. It did really feel like you were people that had come from all kinds of different places and backgrounds, but that you felt like you were working on a project together.
Yeah. I guess because we treat each other very well. We understood very well, and then we trying to make a home family to each other, so look after. We didn't really have to say something to each other. At some point we knew what they needed. So because of the hospitality is all about the people.
Yeah.
And then we actually felt that much. Yeah.
And so I know that the owners of the business were back and forth between Sydney and Melbourne. Mm-hmm. Did you have much contact with them?
Yeah. After I became a head chef, I had to do the meeting with them every once a week at least. They were trying to come to Melbourne as much as they can. They could. And then sometimes we had to talk with on the video chat or something. But they were pretty much happy. They were pretty much happy what we were doing actually that time.
Well, the restaurant was really busy.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'd invested a lot in the new premises, but it seemed like Melbourne was, really excited that it was open, and so many loyal customers were flocking there, especially for that busy Christmas period.
Yeah.
So Mo, none of us knew that there was a pandemic that was going to hit us only a few months into the new year, or the new life of Red Spice Road in its new location. Can you talk to me about what that was like for you?
After COVID or before COVID?
Well, when COVID hit,
When COVID hit, it was from January as far as I remember. We were trying to one by one stood down, but try and then start doing a takeaway business after the restrictions started. But we were trying to manage it as much as we can. We literally brought our car and then try to deliver all the food within a 8-kilometer radius as far as I remember. And then I was a little bit restricted. Redesigned the menu a little bit for the takeaway menu. I put on dumplings, little bit of broth laksa or fried rice, people gonna like it at home. So we try to manage it to keep it business as much as we could.
And obviously, the business didn't continue. So what happened in that period before the closure? Did you feel like things were coming to a close? Was it something that you were nervous about?
To be honest, not. I didn't know. So I told to working only 1 day or 2 days because of the job keeper. I was a visa holder, so I wasn't allowed to get any support from government. So one day I was making a dumpling for the takeaway menu, and then I think it was the next day or something, and I went to work, and in a couple of hours they told us, "Oh, we're gonna close down today, the venue." It was like, "Oh, okay." And they start to call the people to take all the fresh stuff because after they close down, they can't use it. But they didn't want to waste it. So we call all the people, the employees, and from even head office that come to people and then grab the fresh stuff, give it a go. And then so I was packing up my dumplings yesterday I made and put it in the freezer so I can use for later. And because of which I understand that we're gonna reopen in a couple of months when the situation get better. And so and then even the day we're leaving the venue, they didn't tell us they're going to liquidation or something. And then maybe 2 days later we got so I left all my knife and everything because anyway I'm gonna use it later. So, and then 2 days maybe later we got the message from the head office that you're gonna take your belongings from here because we're gonna clear up the venue.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was okay. And then kitchen team was okay, let's gathering this time. And then we went there, and then they're literally taking all the appliances from the kitchen. And then one guy was trying to take a picture in the kitchen, and then they told us not to do.
Why do you think they did that?
Well, I don't know, but still that time they didn't tell us they're going to liquidation as well. They say we're gonna reopen, but they didn't tell us why they're gonna take all the equipment and everything. And then we actually all the belongings moved to the Clifton, which was a couple of 100 meters away. So we had to go to Clifton to collect all the knives and everything. And then, but that time we realized that something's going on. So I had to contact one of the HL, and then I asked her, tell us what's going on because we need to be prepared, especially visa holders. And and after that, the day after, we got the email from liquidation company, and then Vanessa was as well, we're going to close up.
So Vanessa's one of the owners. So Mo, you sent me the letter you got from the liquidation company. The liquidator is set as Shepherd, and they outlined the entitlements that you were owed. They total $36,000, $504.09, so $36,554.09. That included $17,477 in annual leave and $12,307 in redundancy. Have you got any of that money?
Nothing. Not a single penny.
And what have you been told by the company? What did they call you to tell you?
Oh, nothing so far. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk to you this one or not, but after that Laura and Christian's podcast, and then the Sunday Age newspaper, we got the email from Vanessa today. I think it's today.
Yep.
And then she said we were about to pay all you guys and then call you guys back as well. But because of that happening, it's quite hard now. Something like that. So
yeah,
I don't understand. But if you were thinking about us, then you could have contacted us before we saw that sick.com or either the Facebook post from John McLean.
So, Mo, how did you feel when you heard that Red Spice Road was reopening?
It was very hard, to be honest. Like, after we actually get terminated, I asked Vanessa personally by email that can you move? It was only 4 of us left, the visa holders. Me, the Will from the Red Spice Kitchen, Rora, and the Burmaland head chef, Dino. Only 4 of us left in this country. All of them were left. And then I asked her, like, can you move us to the Clifton's company? Because I knew that they have the sister venue. I mean, just the company, I guess. And she said no, because it's kind of different structures. And then now they put up advertisements on Clifton's name. Yeah. For Red Spice Road. That thing, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
Well, it's a bit of obviously there's a number of different companies that are involved with this business. So, yeah, Red Spice Road, the restaurant name seems to be a different company to who was employing you, and a different company again to Clifton's, which is also associated. And as you say, it's the one that's advertising for employees for the reopening. So let's just go back to what the closure meant for your visa, Mo. So you're sponsored, the business liquidates. That puts you in a very perilous position, doesn't it, in terms of your place in Australia?
Obviously. It was a very hard moment, to be honest. I didn't know what to do. for a while, like, I was blank. But I had to sort it out within 60 days, as you know. So I was trying to find the place where it can take over our sponsorship. But in terms of the situation, it was very hard. So, but my husband, we used to work together in Red Spice, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, he's working in one of the cafe, and then his owner was very happy to help us. So now actually my visa situation is we have lodged our transferring sponsorship, and then we have lodged our PL again.
Okay. So, and that's what's cost you the extra $20,000 is going through that process once again?
That's correct.
So you already paid, let's say, $12,000 for your visa to date. You're owed $36,000 by Red Spice Road, and you had to pay another $20,000 to restart that process
and
get back to where you were before in terms of being on the pathway to permanent residency.
Yep. True.
That is a mess, hey?
I was trying hard to not to get depressed. During the lockdown, I tried to walk every day, 2 hours. Like, it was a lot of memories came and go, but yeah, I was trying to maintain myself. And yeah, but it was very hard time, I can tell.
And I know that it's brought a lot of this stuff up for you, that I've written this story and spoken to some of the other people at Red Spice Road. I mean, how are you feeling about things now?
Oh, Dani, I cannot say thank you enough to you.
Oh, no, don't say thanks to me.
Because, we are the vulnerable people, like visa holders especially. And then no one could try to look into it. And then you actually did it. You actually speak out that, oh, hey guys, like, this is happening. It shouldn't be. But no one's trying to actually have a look at it, but actually you did it. So I was like, I think I already emailed you and everything. Like, I was very grateful that what you've been doing for us, actually.
Well, I wasn't trying to get you to say that, that's for sure. But I suppose what I do want people to understand is that you are in such a vulnerable position, and that a business can close owing you so much money and then reopen without getting back in touch with you. I think it's... Yeah, where do you turn? Where is the help for people like yourself?
Exactly. Like, I didn't understand. Like, I'm not gonna get any of my entitlement. Like, I'm pretty sure I had over 300 hours annual leave. Like, in more than 4 years, maybe I went to holiday for 2 months, I think. Because I was busy at my work, so I couldn't actually make the time. Well, but when I heard that I cannot get anything from what I owed, and then, like, why not? The first thing I came to my mind, why not? I paid my tax. I paid same rates as Australian people paid, and I did nothing illegal. But why I'm not getting anything from what I deserve?
Yeah, well, your time is as valuable as anybody else's. Like, you count, and that's what the message is, that is that didn't count.
True.
Yeah. What do you think's next for you, Mo?
Well, it's really hard to think by now, actually, because I'm waiting for like 2 visas to be approved, and well, we are not sure that when it's going to happen. But I even told my husband and my the cafe colleagues as well. Like, I'm kind of miss my restaurant vibe. Like, all the previous workplace that I worked were like over 200 sittings. Like, so I know I'm very good at dealing with the large amount of people, and then fast paced as well. So I want to go back to the restaurant that I'm passionate about, and then big enough venue as well. Like, I'm kind of miss the vibe, so I want to go back to that where I was.
Well, I remember, when this all started happening for you in May, when you lost your job, and we were in touch then, and I was just alarmed that Melbourne might lose you, because you are, I think, such skilled person, and to be able to do what you were doing at Red Spice Road, to run that big machine, it's super impressive. And you're the kind of person that makes Melbourne a dining destination. Like, we should not lose you. Oh. You're employed and sponsored because of what you can bring to a business, and you shouldn't be cast off like that.
There's too much, Dani.
So,
too much compliments, yeah.
Tell me, Mo. Let's finish with something happy. Tell me a dish that you love to cook.
Well, dish that I want to cook. To be honest, the Red Spice Road was my first Asian restaurant that I worked. I used to work in a Italian restaurant, or either Italian cuisine, or either American style, liver fusion in Korea. Mm-hmm. So it was my big challenge as well to work in a Red Spice Road, and it was a big learning, and I still very love to doing it. So probably, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I love to cooking in a Asian-based cuisine, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope that you get the chance to do that again soon, and to cook in a venue that is as busy as you want it to be and challenges you enough. And, I look forward to being able to eat your food there. Mo, I really appreciate you talking to us. It's so great to have you on the show and to get your perspective. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. This is Dirty Linen, and I'm Dani Valent. We air the issues that the hospitality industry finds hard to talk about. We spend a week thrashing around each issue, hearing from different people with unique perspectives. We want to hear from you as well. If you have something that needs to be said about a topic, get in touch so we can include your perspective. Contact us at dirtylinen@deepintheweeds.com.au, or hit us up on Insta at Dirty Linen Podcast. We can't wait to hear from you.
This is a Deep in the Weeds production.